In order to get the Astro A50 to work with the PlayStation 4 it's sitting upon, you must update the firmware on the actual control box here, as well as the headset. Let's go over to my computer and I'll show you guys how to do that. Okay, so what you want to do is go to your PC and just get a standard mini USB, not a micro, just a standard mini USB, and plug it in, and it will be recognized on the computer. So, to update the firmware, one would think that you need to go to the astrogaming.com website, and that would be correct for half of this step, as you need to go here and get the A50 headset firmware, and this is the 4142. So we're going to go ahead and click that and download this, drag these files over here to this Astro folder I've already created, and we'll get those there. But for this does not include the fix for the PlayStation 4. For that, I found it on this Attack of the Fanboy. .com website, and right here downloading the latest firmware, and there's kind of a step-by-step of how to do this along with this video here. Wireless headsets are right here, the Mixamp TX firmware 4193. As you can see, it's a different version. So what we want to do is grab this, and that'll open up into the download folder. Get all of them together right here. Okay, now that we have the Mixamp hooked up to the computer via the USB cable, we're going to launch this. Now, I've actually already updated mine, so it won't go through the whole thing. But as you can see, this package will update me from, it'll say whatever version you were on. Mine was like version 3 or something. I just picked this up out of the store a little bit ago today. And 4193, and this fixes a problem with the USB audio just not working or being at a very, very low volume. If you were to take these and put it right out to your PS4 from the box, it'll work, but you'll very, very faintly hear the chat audio. So run this update, it'll flash a little green bar across there. Once that's done, okay, back outside into the real world here. We got another USB cable, basically the one that charges it, and that plugs into here and goes all the way up to the actual headset. That's how you hook it up for the next step, upgrading the firmware on the headset itself. Okay, then basically we'll just launch this file right here. And we'll get the similar thing here about an update. It'll say you have an older version. I've already updated this one. This improves the mic quality, the noise gate, and ClearNet compatibility. So yeah, run that update. It'll do a little green bar. Once it's done, we'll have to pair the headset to the Mixamp again. Alright, to do the sync, you simply hold down the power button here on the control box so that goes white. You hold down the power button here on the headset until it goes white. And there's the sound. Cool. So if for any reason the audio is not coming out of the headset, you want to go into your settings. And then we'll come down here to sound and screen, over here to audio output settings. Right here, the instructions say to actually switch this from primary output port to the optical, but since I kind of want to run HDMI to there, it works just fine. We can switch it to this, we can go through these settings if you want. If you're only going to use the PlayStation 4 with the optical output going to the headset, I'd recommend keeping on that. If you're going to maybe just use this like I'm going to use it just for multiplayer online gaming, when I play single player games or any other game, I'm just going to use my surround sound that I got. So I'm going to keep it in HDMI. It works just fine there. Output to headphones. Strange enough, if you put all audio, it still works. That's great. It wasn't doing that earlier. Before the firmware update, if you had it on all audio, it actually cut the audio. Inside the manual, it says to keep it on chat audio, so we're going to keep it there and go down to audio format priority. Now basically what this means is linear PCM to bitstream, is that bitstream basically sends out the encoding just as it is on the disk or from the media or the file or whatever, it's in its native format, and it goes straight to the, in this case, the Mixamp back there, and it'll decode it. If you're on linear PCM, what happens is the PlayStation will actually decode the digital audio files and then send that out to whatever device is listening for it. For this instance, we're going to let the Mixamp do the mixing and keep it on the Dolby setting. Okay, as a test to make sure this is all working, I guess I'll go and send a message to Homer here. I guess record voice message. Hello, Homer. This is me testing out the Astro A50 mic. It's not even on my head. Maybe I should put it on my head and test. I will put it on my head around 10 seconds, and now we're talking with it on my head for the remainder of this message. Alright, let's play that back.
Voice message. Hello, Homer. This is me testing out the Astro A50 mic. Not even on my head. Maybe I should put it on my head and test. I'll put it on my head around 10 seconds, and now we're talking with it on my head for the remainder of this message.
Wow, that sounded very crisp, clear. Yeah, and we should send that to him because that is awesome. And he will be able to listen to that, and that'll be fun. So yeah, that's basically what you need to do to get the A50 Astros gaming headset to work on a PS4. Your PS4 also needs to be at version 1.50 firmware update, but that was required on launch, so you should already have that. That's all we got for this video. Thanks for watching.